I would like to talk to you about Star Wars-based grading. That's what I focused on this year. Oh, sorry about that. I should say I'm doing standard-based grading. That's the right term. So I'm talking to you today about how I took my own proficiency from Padawan level to hopefully Jedi Master. I realized right away that I was going to need to change the way that I do things to really do standard-based grading. So I learned from Yoda, you must unlearn what you have learned. And then basically my focus was that I wanted to make sure my standards and my criteria, everything that I was using to assess students with was very clear, and clear not just to me, but in student-friendly language for my students to know what's going on. My hope was that my new mindset would help me with better being able to communicate standards to students and to other teachers, but also that my students would begin to achieve more and move from meeting expectations, or move to meeting and extending expectations more often. My hunch was that I do a lot of project-based learning, so if I started with projects, that would be the best way for me to get more comfortable with standard-based grading. So for my learning, I took the advice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. The road lies before you, will you walk it alone? And I chose not to, and found many people to work with, but also a lot of really great resources. And for my action, I, like I said, started with my projects and created assessments, and I started from the end, so using backwards design. And you can see here I have two grids. One on the top is from the LSS website, and I plotted every assignment, everything that I did went in there first. And on the bottom right is one that I made for grade 10. My check was, after every project, I would reflect on my own learning and see how I did for assessing, and I would compare also how my students were doing on their projects. So I have a little, wrong direction, a little chart here. This is with my grade 8 class. I've taught them 2 different subjects, and in the top 2, I gave them very well-prepared rubrics. I did presentations on how I wanted them to do it. I showed them everything they needed to know. And in the bottom one, I didn't really do that very well. I did a checklist. It was really detailed, but I didn't do what I was doing all year, and you could tell because, what you could have told was that the 2 where I was really prepared them, most students were meeting or extending, whereas in the other one, a lot of the students were below meeting. Oh, thank you, Chris. And for my reflection, I felt that collaborating with others would be probably the most important thing that I could do and that other teachers could do. May the force be with you.